Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to another Cajun toy review, and happy Friday the 13th, the only Friday the 13th of 2022, and I'm going to celebrate that by talking about the man himself, Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th series. And yeah, this is probably the most iconic Jason, not the coolest, but the most iconic, because this is the first time Jason was in that hockey mask. This is the classic Friday the 13th Part 3 3D version. This is the second version of Jason, this figure that came out. It's an upgraded paint job. Neca does that periodically where they re-release figures and sometimes tweak some things, change it out, but usually it's much higher quality paint job, articulation and whatnot. So yeah, classic cover. I don't think it's going to show so much in there. A little bit, yeah, there you go. It has that 3D kind of effect with the knife coming out of there. It's an amazing cover. New Dimension in Terror, Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. And if you ever had a chance to see this in 3D, and not even if you've just seen this movie period, just some of the 3D effects are so great. It's really hard to see now. You have to have either red and blue glasses. I don't know if they actually ever released it in like updated 3D, but yeah, awesome picture on the side. Got Jason busting out the glass. 3D logo on there. Neca Real Toys. Image repeats on the side. Got the Friday 13th logo on wood grain on the top. On the bottom, you can see all the people who made this and responsible for it. On the back, we got a couple product shots of Jason with a tool shed with a lot of different weapons on there, and a little bit of read up. The idyllic summertime turns into a nightmare for unspeakable horror as yet another group of naive co-eds, ignoring Crystal Lake's bloody legacy. One by one, they fall victim to the I can't even say that word. Maniacal Jason, who stalks them at every turn. Man, what is wrong with me? Okay, and we got some shots of Jason, classic. Oh man, I got a noose in there. Got Jason unmasked, and another shot of Jason unmasked with a bloody head from the end. Includes machete, pitchfork, harpoon gun, knife, axe, fire poker, wrench, and two interchangeable hands, and mask. And we can open this up. We got a crazy shot of Jason standing in front of one of the cabins right there, looking amazing, holding the bloody machete. And here we can see our figure there as well, looking really cool. Lots of accessories in there. Like I said, you can see all of them along there. Harpoon gun, axe, machete, fire poker, pitchfork, wrench, axe, knife, and of course, two masks and two heads. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's open this up and check out Jason. Alright, and here we have our Jason from Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D on the turntable. I had a chance to pose him, play with him a little bit, check out the accessories, and what is my first impressions, opinions of this guy. This is an awesome figure. I just recently watched this film the night before last, taking notes, kind of getting myself ready, hyped up for this Friday the 13th, and man, like, they nailed this figure. Little details that I probably would have missed if I hadn't just recently watched it really shine and show on this figure, and I think it is awesome. Is it a definitive Jason? New Blood one is just like so iconic for me with that whole zombie kind of Jason, but man, if you just want classic old school Jason Voorhees, this is it. So yeah, let's get him off the turntable, take a look at the accessories, and then take a look at Jason. So yeah, this Jason does come with a lot of accessories, man. So iconic. Everything pretty much, I just watched the movie, everything's pretty much in the film, so I'm going to talk about it and stuff like that, because man, I truly like horror. But to really tell you why this Jason is so iconic and so important to the series, you need someone who loves horror. And who do I know who loves horror? Gavin loves horror. So yeah, Gavin, go ahead and let everybody know why this Jason is so awesome.
Jason Voorhees is one of the most iconic horror movie villains of all time. Between the machete and of course the iconic hockey mask, everybody knows who Jason Voorhees is. But what makes Friday the 13th Part 3 so cool is that it was actually the first time Jason ever donned the iconic hockey mask. Before that, he wasn't even the killer in Friday the 13th Part 1, that was his mother, Mrs. Voorhees. And in Friday the 13th Part 2, he wore a sack over his head, kind of like the Elephant Man. Apparently, during the production of Friday the 13th Part 2, the sack was very unwieldy, it was hard to keep on their head and see out of. So in Part 3, they decided they needed a different style of mask, which is how they ended up with the now just, you cannot think of Jason without thinking of that hockey mask. Friday the 13th Part 3 also had the distinguished honor of being in 3D. Back in the early 80s, there was a huge push for 3D movies. The movies themselves were not great most of the time, except Friday the 13th Part 3 is one of the more beloved entries in the franchise, but the 3D gimmick had people coming out to see third and fourth sequels of series that they may have been tired of otherwise. The 3D in the film is very, very cheesy. It's not like when you go to see an IMAX Marvel movie now. It's more a lot of stuff coming at the screen, and a lot of kills really showed that in the movie. There's no reason that Jason Voorhees needs to be shooting a harpoon gun at anybody or squeezing somebody until their eye pops out, other than the idea of having the 3D. Friday the 13th Part 3 is one of the most beloved entries in the franchise, along with the fourth entry, the final chapter, and my personal favorite, Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. So Jason was still human at this point. He hadn't become a zombie yet, so he was more killable, and just the cast of the movie does a great job, and you really feel like they are friends trying to plan a summer camp, which is always nice to see. Friday the 13th Part 3 has some of the most iconic scenes, like I said, and just really takes this franchise to the next level, which anytime a Friday the 13th Part 3 figure comes out, it's always really exciting to see how they're going to do the first hockey mask, how they're going to do that nasty green shirt, and of course, just the messed up face of everybody's favorite boy who drowned, Jason Voorhees. If you ever get a chance to buy a Friday the 13th Part 3 figure, definitely don't pass it up.
All right, and wow, man, thank you, Gavin Loves Horror, so much for that. Great video, guys. This guy, like I said, loves horror. If you like horror movies, horror games, horror figures, you gotta go check out Gavin Loves Horror's channel. Link in the description of this video. Thank you so much for helping me celebrate this Friday the 13th. And again, guys, definitely check out his channel. Link will be in the description of this video. So man, let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about Friday the 13th. Let's talk a little bit about these accessories that come with it. And I said I'll throw out some little trivia that I know about this film. One thing that's kind of interesting is this is the only Friday the 13th where they never say Jason's name. So yeah, let's look at what we got. We got two different heads with two different masks, one with damage, one without. We have a pitchfork, fire poker, an axe, a machete, knife, wrench, and the harpoon gun. And unfortunately, my harpoon gun, it fell and hit the floor, and the spear went flying. I will find it and replace it and glue it back on there, but I had to get this video done, so I had to stop searching. It's somewhere. It's going to show up. It's in Vera's eye. That's where it's at. But yeah, I guess we'll just start at the top. So we have, first thing we have is this pitchfork. And this pitchfork is really nice looking. It's got this nice brown finish on it. It's got a gunmetal kind of shine to it. It's kind of soft pieces for the spikes on the, whatever you call those things, the prongs on the pitchfork. And Jason actually kills two people with pitchforks in this movie. He actually kills Fox, gets stabbed in the neck and hung on the wall. Very cool shot in the barn. And Fox is one of the cooler characters on the game. I like her a lot. And also Loco, man, he gets stabbed in the chest with the pitchfork right after that, with a cigarette falling out of his mouth. Really cool, iconic scene. I remember that a lot watching this as a young youth. Yeah, and like I said, everything in this movie, I just watched it, he uses, except for the wrench. I could not remember, and I did not see him using the wrench, and the meat cleaver was missing, so that kind of sucked. Let's see, and then we have the harpoon gun. The harpoon gun is one of the most iconic scenes. Jason gets his mask from Shelly, and he comes out walking with the mask on and the harpoon gun, and a very crazy 3D shot where he shoots a harpoon in the Vera's eye. She falls into the lake, and he just like walks away all like strutting, man. It's really, really funny. And then of course we have the classic machete. Jason is the most iconic weapon, I would say, next to the axe. And yeah, and he gets chopped with the machete. He's doing a handstand like for the second time, but he gets all hacked up with the machete, cut in half. Really crazy looking scene. And also the machete kills another person. It kills Ali at the end. So very clean for killing two people, unlike some of these other weapons. And then we have the knife. Who kills with the knife? Debbie. Yeah, he kills Debbie. She's laying in the bed, and the hammock, whatever, and he stabs her through the neck with this knife. And this knife looks pretty cool. It's very bloody. It's got this nice black handle on it, kind of sharp. I do like the paint on it a lot. I think that looks really good as well. And then let's see, we got the fire poker. And the fire poker, this should be a little bit heated up, because yeah, when he stabs what's her name, Chili, he stabs Chili right in the gut with a hot fire poker. Pretty brutal. Fire poker is a very household deadly weapon that most people, well, not most people, a lot of people have in their house and don't really use. All right, and then this wrench. Like I said, I can't remember him using this wrench at all in the film. If you can remember, let me know, because I just watched it and I did not see this wrench in this film at all. But it does look good. It's got kind of this like, looks like blood, but it looks like almost like just a rust kind of color on this wrench. Very detailed, very cool. I've seen this with another figure and I can't remember which, but man, it's a wrench, man. You get hit with a wrench in the head, that's all you need. And of course the axe. Now Jason does use the axe. He does chase the final girl, Chris, with the axe, but he doesn't use it on her. He doesn't kill anyone with this axe, which is just covered in blood. This whole thing is just completely red. But a nice cool wood style grain on this handle. But she uses it on him, and that's where we get to this head that has damage on it. So you can actually see the cut where the axe goes into his skull. And that is the final blow for Jason in the film. And if we take this mask off, you can see the bloody head. Look at that nastiness with the axe wound on there. Yeah, there you go. Doesn't fit in there, but it almost does. Actually, well, does it? It almost sticks in there. You can kind of, it's grooved up. That's really nice. But yeah, and it's really awesome because once Jason gets that X mark on that mask, it stays there for the rest of the series. Really cool continuity on that. So that's the accessories. Let's look at the two faces. So here's Jason's mug. And we'll look at the two masks. So yeah, you can see Jason, and it's actually a different sculpt, which is really cool. This one's mouth is a little bit more open, a little bit more dominant. But both of them are very, very sick looking with this kind of just mutated, kind of deformed face. Really decent in the eyes, and you only see this for a second. You know, he kind of hang on that noose and pulls up the mask to reveal his face. You see it's the guy that chased Chris in the woods back originally, that she kind of talks about before in the film. But man, this is really cool. Of course, Jason, as the films go on, gets more messed up and crazy. But you slide the mask on there and you kind of line up the eyes, and that looks really cool. It's kind of dark, it's kind of light, so it actually gives that really cool effect of nothing there, which is really awesome. But if you get it in the right light, you can see the eyes are in there, which is really fantastic. And yeah, original mask, really cool paint job on that mask as well. You can see the studs on there. Of course, the straps go backwards, but man, fantastic paint on this mask. Iconic as can be. And then looking at this bloody face, we see this in the, well, we know after the end when he's killed, but really see this in the nightmare sequence where Jason looks out the window, which man, when I was a kid, freaked me out, man. Just that, anything where you're looking at a house and somebody's looking out the window at you or something, I don't know why, it just really gets me, man. Something about it. But bloody face, interesting enough, I think this is the one I'm going to use the most. But again, we can line that face up on there where you can see the eyes, and again, really shadowed unless you look at it just right, and then you can see them in there. Fantastic. So yeah, that is all the accessories for our Jason. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. Alright, and finally, let's look at the figure itself. The accessories are awesome. We know that Jason is such an iconic character, but how does this figure hold up? What do I think about this figure? I think this guy is awesome. This Jason is very menacing. He's got a really cool, almost like a hunchback kind of look going on right there, but man, the sculpt on this guy is fantastic. Little details like the blood in the leg where he gets stabbed. There's no blood in the hand, but of course the blood in the chest is really cool. But yeah, he gets stabbed in the leg in the film, and they have the blood to represent that, which I would have probably overlooked and not even realized that's what it's from if I wouldn't have just recently watched this movie. But fantastic overall. The detail on the shirt is crazy, man. All the different line work on there. You can actually see every single button on the shirt. The texture in the pockets and stuff. You can see his little white on the shirt. Very clean, man, for being outside. Very nice. He must use bleach. But man, look at the neck on this guy. Look at that nastiness going on there. This is awesome. The dirt on the hands, the dirt in the pants. You can see in the lines. He's guy's been outside in the woods. And all the line work on the back, man. And it's got some shiny, nice, pretty clean shoes for being out there, but overall, I cannot complain. Even the Neca diaper isn't really so bad on this guy. We see on some, like, especially like Michael Myers and stuff. Not bad at all. So yeah, this Jason is definitely, it's got a place on my shelf, man. He looks amazing. Like I said, really, when you look at it, you can't see his eyes unless you get close in there, and then you can start to see him. But when he's just profiling like that, it's just those black empty holes, and that looks so cool. Now, loving the sculpt, loving the paint. How does he articulate on this guy? So let's see. Jason can look up pretty dang good, man. Of course, you're gonna get a little start coming off the neck, but you can get some nice range in there. Yeah, look at going around and down. Very good. Full rotation if you want. Got the tilt on there, like that is sick. Awesome range on this head. Take the mask off, and yeah, oh, look at that range. Put that back on. It's a face that only mother could love. Strap that down, looking awesome. And full arm rotation if you want. Come out about this far. Single jointed elbows, flex. Rotation on the hands. There is no flex, it is just a simple peg. And there's no interchangeable hands, so Jason is going to hold everything with his right hand. Same articulation on this arm. A little noisy on that one. Pivot and rotation. Single peg, a little peg on there. Pop that back on there. There is no really ab crunch on this. This is a solid torso. You can feel there's a bit where the abs is right here. We can move, but it ain't going nowhere. Rotation on the waist. Jason can split about this far. Jason can kick, well, he can't. Jason can try to kick about this high. There's no thigh cut or nothing like that on this Neca figure. Get that single jointed knee with that rotation at the knee, like so. And flex, a little bit of flex going on the foot. Covered by them cuffs. Peg holes on the bottom of Jason's feet. So man, yeah, this is an awesome Jason figure. I'm definitely going to get the others. I actually have the New Blood and the Roy Burns Jason. We'll be reviewing sooner or later. Sooner if you want, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you like this video, if you like this figure, let me know in the comments, man. If you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing. We do horror figures pretty much every Monday. This one's a little bit different because it is Friday the 13th, so we had to do Jason, had to go big. And I want to again, thanks Gavin Loves Horror for helping me with this celebration of Jason. Definitely check out his channel, link in the description of this video. If you like horror, if you like action figures, if you like horror games, if you like horror movies, give him a check out, give him a like, give him a sub, and I appreciate that. So again, join us next time for another Marvel Legends, NECA, DC Multiverse, and everything else in between. If there's a horror figure that you want to see that I haven't reviewed already, I have a lot sitting on the shelf. Let me know, and if I don't have it, I'll get it if I can. But yeah, lots more to come. So as always, guys, thank you so much. On those videos running a little long. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to find me, you can find my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Just search for Cajun Toy Review. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way is through Instagram. But yeah, leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself.